Welcome to today's explainer. Now, if you've spent literally any time online recently, you've definitely seen the hype around YouTube automation. The pitch is everywhere, right? Faceless channels raking in massive passive income while you're fast asleep. But today, we're cutting through the noise. We're looking straight at the source material from the complete YouTube automation playbook to uncover the no-nonsense reality of what it actually takes to build a digital content factory. So let's just dive right in and break down the actual mechanics of a seven-figure digital blueprint. This quote from the playbook's dedication, it immediately stood out to me. Build the system and let the system build the empire. It demands a total mindset shift. According to the text, you've got to stop acting like a struggling content creator, staring at a blank screen, just praying to go viral. Instead, you have to start thinking like a high-level business operator. A creator makes content, sure, but an automation operator, they build the systems that make the content continuously, consistently, and profitably. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the exact blueprint we are covering today. 1. The faceless wealth myths. 2. The inverted effort principle. 3. The 3-year math. 4. Your million-dollar niche. And finally, building your brand DNA. Section 1. The faceless wealth myths. Dismantling the illusions of instant cash. The playbook hits us with a pretty harsh reality right out of the gate. 90% of beginners totally wash out within their first 60 days. Why? Because they fall for these 3 specific myths. First up, the idea that it's passive from day one. The source material uses this brilliant vending machine analogy. Yes, a vending machine eventually spits out cash passively, but first, you've got to source it, wire it up, stock it, and place it. Those first 90 days are purely construction. Myth 2 is that you need some massive budget. You really don't. The channels crushing it today are doing it with great script quality, hyper-specific niches, and thumbnail psychology. Those are skills, and skills just cost time, not money. And myth 3, that early underperformance equals failure. Look, quitting at video 7 is literally like planting a seed, watering it for a week, and then throwing your hands up and saying farming is a scam. Section 2, the inverted effort principle, changing your mental model. When you compare a traditional job to YouTube automation, the difference is absolutely night and day. In a normal 9-to-5, effort and income are completely linear, right? You work 40 hours, you get a paycheck for 40 hours immediately. But YouTube automation operates on what they call the inverted effort principle. Your heaviest, most grueling investment of time and energy happens right at the very beginning, usually with zero financial return. But here's the magic. Every single video you upload becomes a perpetual asset. A video you drop in month 2 could still be paying your rent in month 18. You're basically trading early, heavy lifting for perpetual assets that just keep compounding. So, the crucial point here is the number 15, the 15 video threshold. The playbook makes it super clear that the YouTube algorithm needs a minimum amount of data before it even thinks about pushing your content. You're practically invisible until it collects enough behavioral data on who is actually clicking and watching. So if you're sitting at video 12 and feeling like the platform is just completely ignoring you, you aren't failing, you're just in the evaluation phase. The big takeaway here is you literally cannot evaluate your success until you cross that 15 video threshold. Section 3, the 3-year math. The compounding flywheel. Let's walk through these milestones because this projection is such an incredible reality check. Look at month 3. You're sitting at maybe 180 subscribers and a grand total of $6. Months 1 through 6 are brutal. This is the classic valley of despair where 85% of people just throw in the towel. But look at what the data shows when you actually stick it out. By month 6, you might hit monetization, pulling in around $120. But month 12, that is where the true compounding flywheel kicks in, nearing $800 a month. Fast forward to month 36, and because you've got dozens, maybe hundreds of videos all pulling their weight simultaneously, you're looking at potentially $9,700 or more every single month. You survive the early grind specifically so you can thrive in year 3. Section 4, your million-dollar niche, scoring your way to profitability. All right, this 3-axis niche validation matrix is basically a cheat code for scoring any niche idea out of 30. Axis 1 is the CPM tier, that's cost per meal or what advertisers actually pay per 1,000 views. Finance and tech, they score huge. General entertainment, super low. Axis 2 is competition density. You're looking for that sweet spot where competitors have between 50,000 and 300,000 subs. That proves the audience exists, but the channels are small enough that you can still out-execute them. Axis 3 is content inexhaustibility. Can you honestly make 200 plus videos on this topic? True crime? For sure. Fleeting internet memes? Probably not. The rule is incredibly strict. If your niche idea scores below a 21 out of 30, pivot immediately. Do not invest a single hour until the math actually makes sense.
Now, you might be wondering, why are we so obsessed with scoring? Because of this number right here, $8,000. That is the staggering monthly revenue difference between a 6 CPM niche and a 22 CPM niche, assuming both channels are getting the exact same 500,000 monthly views. Think about that. It takes the exact same amount of effort to run a low-paying gaming channel as it does a high-paying personal finance channel. The source material proves beyond a doubt that niche selection is literally the most critical financial decision you will make in week 1.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how perfectly it demonstrates the power of sub-niching. Take the Health Vault case study. Pre-pivot, they targeted just broad health. 4 months in, they had a measly 340 subs and an RPM, that's the creator's actual take-home cut, of just $3.10. So they ran the matrix, scored a failing 16 out of 30, and pivoted. But notice, they didn't scrap the whole channel. They just drilled down into a hyper-specific angle, longevity science for people over 50. Check out those post-pivot results by month 8, 67,000 subscribers and an RPM that nearly tripled to $980. Drilling down into a specific sub-niche is a massive competitive multiplier. It gives the algorithm exactly what it needs to go out and find your perfect audience.
Section 5. Building your brand DNA. Naming your channel.
Getting your brand DNA right starts with the name. Don't overthink it. Just use the Playbook's formula. 1. Utility. Does the name immediately tell people what the channel is about? A name like Legal Edge tells you exactly what you're getting. 2. Brevity. Keep it to 1 or 2 words, under 12 characters total. Long names just get cut off on mobile screens anyway, and they look kind of amateurish. And 3. Recall. If you tell 5 people your channel name, can they easily remember it 10 minutes later? This simple 3-step formula guarantees your brand signals its value to the algorithm and the viewer the very second they see your thumbnail. To wrap up this explainer, the Playbook leaves us with this really fascinating challenge called the inexhaustible interest test. I highly recommend you try this today. Sit down, open a blank document, set a timer for 20 minutes, and just write out every single video topic you can possibly think of for your chosen niche. If you can't easily hit 60 to 100 topics, that niche is going to exhaust you and you need to pivot. But if you pass this test, you've just found the limitless fuel for an automated content engine. Remember, you have to stop thinking like a creator and start thinking like an operator. So after seeing the math, the matrix, and the method, what is the one inexhaustible niche that you are ready to build an empire around?